Welcome, everybody, to the Geeking Poetic podcast channel. I'm your host, Larry Roberts, and my co-host over here that is all decked out just in time for the holidays is none other than
Megan Guess.
And we are here to do a special holiday-themed episode. We've tried to do one of these almost every year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we've, just like everything else we do, I don't know that we've successfully done it annually every year, but
We're pretty close.
pretty close. We've covered a lot of things in the past. We've talked about like catalogs, holiday recipes, movies, TV shows. We've done all of that, but we realized that we hadn't really specifically focused on something that is a huge favorite of the both of ours. And that is
Christmas commercials.
Yes, exactly. Now, we've done things where we talked about commercials. You and I and our friend Matt did an episode a couple of years back where we talked
our
about
favorite all-time commercials, but we purposely left out Christmas.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we talked a little bit and then we said, no. We're going to do that
Save
next.
it.
We
6
saved
years
it.
later.
Yeah, exactly. It took a little while, as we tend to do. But we are going to focus on Christmas and just holiday commercials in general, because commercials just, in me at least, and I think you agree, is that they bring back so many memories and just the feelings. Like you can really go back in time to the vibe you would get. I mean, I've watched things like Rudolph so many times now, as from a kid up and through, adulthood and everything, and I still love it. But there's something about when you watch it and then you see the old commercials along with it that it brings back a different kind of vibe, I think.
It does. It makes you feel like you're sitting cross-legged in front of the television, anxiously waiting, and like, oh, I gotta catch this because I need to know what I need for Christmas. So you can mark it down and tell mom and dad to tell Santa.
Absolutely. There were so many cool commercials back then. And I mean, now we live in a time where we think of commercials as being something that we don't want to see.
Skip.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to pay extra to get that account that has no commercials. And so what we thought we would do this time is something a little bit different. We usually do a ranking type video where we talk about, our top 5 or our top 10 favorite movies or commercials. We're not going to do that, but what we are going to do is we're going to focus on what are our favorite categories of holiday commercials, because there's so many of them.
Yeah, we'd be here all night.
Yeah, we'd be
all night with you guys. Is that what you want? We could do that.
No,
okay.
Nobody wants that.
Okay.
So we thought we would end up just breaking it down, because really, when we talked a little bit about some of our favorite commercials in the past, I noted that they all kind of fell into very specific categories. So what we're going to do is break it down by category, if you're cool with that.
Break it down.
Wow.
No.
And no.
Okay.
Not that kind of break it down. And then we'll talk about what our favorites are in each of them. What do you think is one of the first categories that really stands out to you?
Well, to me, I have to absolutely go with the cereal commercials.
Cereal. Yep.
Cereal.
Absolutely.
As a kid, I mean, how could it not stand out to me?
I mean, cereal commercials in general when we were kids were fantastic, because you had all the great mascots, Tony the Tiger and,
Toucan Sam.
Yeah, exactly. And so on. And
the rabbit.
And then, like the Trix Rabbit.
Yes.
There's so many great ones, Snap, Crackle, Pop. And of course, when Christmas came, they had to do their own commercials for the holiday. So here's my question, though. Are there certain commercials that really stand out to you that, because I know I have some.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
One of them is the Cookie Crisp.
Oh, okay.
The burglar. Oh, it cracks me up every time.
Cookie crisp, Merry Cookie Crisp. Little cookies, lots of chips that you can't resist. Cookie, crook, and chip in a one-dog open sleigh. Crashing through the snow, laughing all the way. Bells on Coptown tree.
They're not very bright, but being that it's Christmas time, I'll give them some tonight. Cookie Crisp is the merry part of this complete breakfast.
Now there's a Marvel Spider-Man trading card. 3 inside specially marked boxes of Cookie Crisp.
Okay, I totally remember that commercial now.
Right.
That always kind of cracked me up that they took Jingle Bells and turned it into the Cookie Crisp.
It kind of had the Grinch thing in there too.
Right.
He's like, the snow. I think they just put it all together. What is not to love about that commercial?
Yeah, no, that's a really good one. I always liked that one. I remember Cinnamon Toast Crunch had a really good one that they did. The one that really stands out in my mind, and I'm sure you probably remember it as well, it's got to be, to me, it's got to be the most iconic one from my childhood, and I'm sure they probably still aired it when you were a kid because she's younger than I am. So it would have to be the Fruity Pebbles one with Barney coming down the chimney dressed up like Santa Claus as another ploy to try and get his hands on the cereal, and then the real Santa shows up. Do you remember that one?
I do. Oh my gosh, I love that one too. That's a great one.
Jesus readings in our souls.
Yummy fruity pebbles in our bowls. Oh, here comes you know who. Yabba dabba fruit, delicious do. Ho, 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 I'm hungry. Santa, my pebbles! Your pebbles? 'Tis the season to be sharing, Fred. Happy holidays, pal. Oh, Fred. Fruity and Cocoa Pebble cereals, part of this nutritious breakfast.
Yep. So that is definitely my favorite of the holiday cereal ones because that it's, you know, I mean, all of those Fruity Pebble commercials were classic anyway, but that particular one, especially with the ho, 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 I'm hungry. I say that all the time when the holiday season comes around. If somebody's like, hey, you ready to eat? And I'll be like, ho, 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 I'm hungry because I'm an idiot. But it imprints in your brain, you know? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a great one.
So you remember like Crunch Berry and Cap'n Crunch and all that?
Yeah, of course. I love those.
Do you remember that they did a special kind of Christmas crunch for Cap'n Crunch?
Wait, they did a special holiday version of the cereal?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, that doesn't surprise me because I know that they did sometimes make holiday versions or special themed versions of cereals over the years. I think they still do that actually sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, but no, I never had Christmas Crunch. I don't remember that.
Oh no.
Was it good?
It was, I mean, it's Cap'n Crunch. And
So
now it's Christmassy, so yeah.
So it's a Christmassy
extra
way to
sugary.
extra sugary.
To tear up
and
the roof of your mouth.
extra brutal on your mouth. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I love Captain Crunch,
Didn't
but
matter.
boy, oh boy, that is really rough to eat. But it is yummy. No, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I wonder if we can, they need to redo that. Can we redo that?
Can
we get a petition going?
There you go.
'Twas a bit before Christmas, and all through the house, nothing was stirring, not even a... I ran to the kitchen. What could it be? Christmas Crunch from the captain to me.
This crunch is special to make breakfast merry. It's loaded with yummy red and green crunch berries.
Very sweet, delicious.
But it's only here till Christmas. Christmas Crunch is a merry part of this balanced breakfast.
Now Captain Crunch has every kid on his Christmas list.
Wow.
One secret present on each box of Christmas Crunch from the captain to you.
Merry Christmas!
All right, so while we're on the theme of like food and whatnot, what about just general like food related commercials? I mean, especially when you get into things like fast food.
Yeah,
Because-
there's so many of those.
Oh man, like every year it was always like, what are they going to do to one up each other? Because of course you had Burger King and you had Hardee's. I remember Hardee's having commercials. I remember Wendy's having commercials.
Mm-hmm.
All the fast food joints had holiday themed commercials.
Look, what do your wondering eyes now appear? Only at Burger King, it's Cuddly Reindeer. 4 soft stocking stuffers, each $1.99. Get a deer with your Whopper at the Burger King sign. Collect all 4 and the best food for fast times.
We're here! We're all here!
Now only at Hardee's when you buy any sandwich, fries, and Coca-Cola. Get a Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, or Uncle Scrooge stuffed toy for only $1.99. Collect all 5. A great gift value for kids of all ages.
It's all here at Hardee's.
But I think that the one that reigned supreme, especially back in the 80s and even in the 90s, it had to be McDonald's.
Oh, absolutely. With Ronald McDonald and the Fry Kids and
Yeah, I mean
there's so many great ones.
and there were funny ones and there was a lot of really like heartfelt ones.
one cold winter's eve, Bertie and Grimace wandered McDonald land in search of...
A gift for Ronald.
Got any bright ideas?
When lo and behold, a little star hopped from the heavens and twinkled down to earth.
Look, Grimace, a falling star.
Ooh, maybe we can catch it.
And so they did.
You'll make the perfect gift for Ronald.
The little star was wrapped and ribboned and given, but...
Oh, dear me.
Twinkle, it didn't.
You see, Bertie and Grimace, a star can never belong just to me. It belongs way up high for everyone to see. So let's wish him home where he'll twinkle and glow.
And so they did as they stood in the snow.
Look, the star's back at home in the sky. Good as new. And I have the best gift of all. Friends like you.
Happy holidays from McDonald's.
I mean, I think that McDonald's and Christmas is just so intertwined to begin with. Because, I mean, I think I even have Funkos over there that are related to Christmas, that are like Christmas Ronald McDonald, Christmas Fry Guys, so on and so forth. And the commercials were, you know, a big part of that. They were no exception to being like that important for the holiday.
Yeah. Now, do you think you have a specific one that might be your favorite?
Oh, well, there's a few of them. One of the first ones that really stands out in my mind is the one where they're all ice skating and there's the one little boy who can't ice skate very well and he's like feeling left behind. But then, you know, Ronald, of course, sees him and then it gets all like emotional and slow-mo and they're spinning around. Yeah, that's a really great one. There's a bunch of really, really good ones and it's hard to just pick one, but I think almost any of those Christmas ones could qualify for being a favorite.
And what else is really cool about the 80s, 90s fast food?
Yeah.
Are the certificates you could buy to give away.
Oh, yeah,
especially
absolutely.
McDonald's, but Wendy's, I think, did it too.
Oh, a bunch of the places did that. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, the McDonald's certificates.
That was a big deal.
That was such a thing.
That would be, I was like, please, can I get a McDonald's?
Well, right, and the other thing about that, too, was that was such a cool thing for kids to get, to be able to give gifts, because I know when I was a kid, as much as I loved getting gifts, and I sure did, but I loved the idea of giving gifts, whether it was to, you know, my grandparents or to a teacher or just anybody, another kid. The idea of being able to give a gift, I don't know, you felt grown up doing that. But it was hard for us to afford them, and it was hard to be able to like go out and get stuff that could apply. What do you give your teacher? You know, well, you can give them one of those McDonald's certificates. And, you know, unless you had a really jerky teacher, a teacher is always going to be like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
You know, it fit into a stocking and they would show that in the commercial. I didn't even think of that when we were planning all this and talking about doing this episode. Oh, man, those commercials with the certificates, those are so classic.
What's up, Cinderella?
Surprise.
That's me. That's you. That's Gus. That's us.
When you buy a $5 book of McDonald's gift certificates, you'll get something extra. Either a free Gus or Jacques, the two adorable mice from Walt Disney's classic movie Cinderella, now playing in theaters everywhere. They make great gift decorations, fun ornaments, and cuddly play pals. You can get either Gus or Jacques with a $5 book of McDonald's gift certificates.
And happy holidays from Jacques from Gus.
Thank you, Aunt Martha. No, not believable. Try. Thanks. Joe, pretend she just gave you a sundae. But she gives me stuff like this. Try again. Hey, kids, look who's here. Thank you, Aunt Martha.
You're welcome.
This Christmas, give something kids love. McDonald's gift certificates, just 50 cents each or 10 for $5.
It is a sundae.
It's a good time for the great taste. Joe, say thank you. Oh, McDonald's.
I forgot.
Well, I mean, and then, of course, even aside from fast food commercials, there was always just the food commercials in general. We have talked plenty in the past about our craft holiday commercials because we've done the recipes. We even did that, I think it was last year or year before.
Yeah, we made a bunch of it.
We made some of those recipes. Go check that out if you didn't see it because it's still pretty cool. There was always a lot of really cool commercials that were related to food, and it always made me extra hungry and extra eager for that holiday dinner. But again, we were talking about with the fast food, like the one-upmanship with the different chains doing it. I gotta say, I don't think there is any category that presented as much competition. I mean, fierce competition. And it's pretty funny, too, if you watch some of them, because even though it's supposed to be all holiday-ish, they could really still kind of throw jabs at each other. And I'm talking about the Cola Wars.
Wow.
May all your wishes come true. Season's greetings from your local bottler of Coca-Cola.
Sprite makes brighter holidays. Diamond is the reason. Sprite goes well so many ways to bring you cheer this season.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Sprite and 7-Up, they were always battling out head to head.
Yeah.
And they weren't shy about it.
And that would go on all year round. And you would think maybe at the holidays, like, you know they're going to advertise, they're going to do a holiday thing, but you would think maybe it would get nicer, kind of like McDonald's did with theirs. No. Oh, man, you watch some of those commercials and they had the one, I forget which one it was, but where the kids are like looking at the next day after Santa Claus is visited and they put out one of the colas and another one. And the one was, I think it was like Sprite and 7-Up or something like that.
Yeah.
And the one kid's like, see?
You can tell.
Yeah, even Santa Claus knows which one is better. And I was like, damn, that's cold.
What? He was here. He knows. Oh. Really? Tommy? Shh. Come on. See? Even he knows Sprite won the taste test.
It's only Sprite for you.
But at the same time, they did still make a lot of really classic commercials from that time period. Of course, for me, I think the one that really stands out the most has to be the one from when I was very little, back in the 70s. They had the whole I'd like to teach the world to sing campaign.
Yes.
And they would show all the people with the candles and they'd be singing that song. That to me is probably the most classic of all of them.
I'd like to buy the world a Coke.
So my favorite, I love like the 7-Up dots. They were always getting up to no good.
The dots. Yeah.
Love them. They always cracked me up as a kid. Can't go wrong with
that,
that, right?
Was funny. Yeah, and that was like late 80s, early 90s, I think. So that was perfect.
Perfect timing for me.
Yeah.
7-Up would like to give you a gift of holiday cheer. Just clip 4 proofs of purchase from 2-liter bottles of any refreshing 7-Up product. Take them to Toys R Us. And for just $19.99, you get the new Spot Game Pack for Nintendo Game Boy. A $5 savings. Just in time for Christmas. Put 7-Up in your holiday and make the season bright.
But I think I'm going to have to go with my favorite being from the 90s.
Okay.
The Coca-Cola Polar Bears.
Oh, of
how can
course.
you not?
Oh, the polar bears. When that happened, that was such a big deal. I feel like, are they still a thing?
I don't drink Coke, so I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, she's
it
a
hurts
Pepsi
my
girl.
teeth, so I can't do
enough.
Coke. But
yeah,
the commercials are still supreme over Pepsi. Sorry, I say it.
Oh, wow.
I'm a Pepsi girl, but I'm going to say it.
Well, there was so many of those commercials with the polar bears, and I remember that being such a thing because they were using that newer kind of computer animation.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, it probably looks primitive now, but at the time that seemed like so high tech, and it was creating sort of like a new classic. And I think they did, because I think if you bring up to just about anybody, especially anybody at least in our age, but probably even a little younger than us, if you bring up the Coca-Cola Polar Bears, they got to know it.
Right. You have to.
right, so check this out. So while we're on that theme of beverages,
Okay.
Everything we've kind of been talking about have been, I'd say, more kid-centric because
Kid-friendly, yep.
Yeah, when we're talking about the cereals and the McDonald's, and we're talking about Coke and the Polar Bears. But one thing that does stand out in my mind, not that I was allowed to imbibe in any of this personally, but the commercials themselves were just so classic. They always had these great jingles. They always looked gorgeous. There was always some cool little hook to them that they really stand out in my mind. And I'm talking about, we'll call it the adult beverage holiday commercials. So there was always some great ones for the beer companies, for things like coffee.
Yes.
I wasn't drinking beer or coffee when I was a little kid, but those commercials were always on and they would just get stuck in your head, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because I was probably like a little 6-year-old kid running around singing like Budweiser jingles or Folgers jingles or what have you. But do you remember those? Obviously?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Some of the best Christmas commercials were adult beverages.
Okay, like
period.
what ones stand out for you?
Obviously the Budweiser Clydesdales.
The Budweiser Clydesdale.
I mean, how more classic can you get?
Those are some of the most all-time classic commercials in general, I think. And they would show them year-round because there would be...
They're big on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, here
and all
comes
that,
the king. They would do the whole thing there with the singing the song. But at Christmas time, yeah, because then they would have
the sleigh ride through the thing. It's all serene and...
Exactly.
Oh, so adult-like, but it was so pretty. How could you not love it?
Yeah. No, that's an absolute classic, even if you were a little kid.
The people who bring you Budweiser wish you and yours the very best of everything this holiday season.
That's a good one, but what are some other ones?
The other one, I love the Corona one. It's so simple, where it's just like on a beach house or something.
Yeah.
And it has a line of palm trees, and it's just one guy just whistling, singing a little song to himself, having a peaceful moment, and he lights up one single tree with lights. And I just adore it. Everything about it. I've never had a Corona in my life. I've never had a Budweiser for that matter. But
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Not a beer girl, but I adore those commercials.
Yeah, I remember
They
that.
make me happy.
I remember that Corona one now. Yeah, the guy's kind of like lazily whistling the song and the tree lights up, the palm tree.
He's just enjoying the season for
That
himself.
is
Don't let the
so
chaos leave him behind.
Yeah, that is so you.
Love it.
I could totally see you having a Christmas palm tree on a beach somewhere.
Yes, please.
Oh dear, what did I start here? Yeah.
Light bulb.
Yep,
That's here.
She's gone, so yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about yours. I'm going to go over
Yeah.
here and plan my Christmas tree.
We mentioned coffee, so I feel like Folgers always had really good ones at this time of year. The one that stands out in my mind the most is the one with the son coming home and surprising his family.
Mm-hmm.
That one, I don't know how long that ran for. It felt like it ran
Still
forever.
is running, isn't it?
Is it really?
I think so.
Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe they've done updated versions of it.
Maybe.
But I remember, yeah, it's like, I don't know if he's supposed to be coming home from college or whatever.
military
But he
or-
comes in and like the family's still all asleep. So he goes in and he makes Folgers and they all start like waking up and smelling it. And then, it's Peter. there. And then they get all excited that he's there. And I just, for some reason, that one in particular always stuck in my head, even when I was a kid. It was a really nice sentiment. And, you know, of course, the whole point was just to sell coffee, but it worked, I guess, you know, because it still stays in my head all these years later. I don't even drink coffee, but I love that commercial. So...
Merry Christmas. Everyone's asleep. Shh,
I don't wake them up. Come on.
Happy holidays from Folgers.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. When that commercial comes on, that is when it's Christmas.
Exactly. Yeah, and that is a big part of the whole thing with what we're doing here is that when these commercials come on, it brings that sense of like, oh, now it's Christmas. Mm-hmm. And that's actually a perfect segue into the next category of holiday commercials, because I think for me, these next couple categories we're going to talk about are the ones that really exemplify that vibe, that feeling like, oh man, Christmas is here, it's coming, and it would get me all excited. And there are few things then, and to be honest with you, I still get excited now when I go back and watch them or I think about it. It's the store commercials, the department store commercials, the toy store commercials.
But Jeffrey, she wants everything.
Well, everything's at Toys R Us. Like Golden Books Rainbow Bright Storybooks, only $4.97 each. Toys R Us has a whole library of them. Only $9.97 for Ertl's radio-controlled 18 van.
Wow!
And only $10.97 for Uno Wild Tile from International Games.
More games, more toys. Oh, boy! I want to be a Toys R Us kid.
There's a place where Christmas dreams come true. The Kmart Toy Store, where the Turnip Seeds collection is on sale. Look for the Turnip Seeds telephone that gives sounds and messages, the cassette radio, which actually plays music, and Sewmate, the sewing machine that seems like the real thing.
I got a feeling I'm going to get something really good this Christmas. Kmart, we've got it, and we've got it good.
Those are the ones that really, really would just get my blood pumping and be like, oh my gosh, Christmas is coming. Because as a kid, I mean, I'm sure for most of us out there, a big part of it was the thrill of toys and, you know, or clothes. It could be clothes, toys, a new bike,
Whatever
a new
you're into,
stereo,
yeah.
any of that stuff. And you would see these commercials that would come out from, we're going back a ways here. Unfortunately, I wish this wasn't going back as far as it is, but you're talking about Sears, JCPenney, Montgomery Ward's, Service Merchandise, McDade's, Radio Shack. Yeah, Radio Shack, all those.
A Christmas gift from Radio Shack.
Before Christmas, they claimed they were bored. But then I found Radio Shack's incredible selection of electronic games. He's rescuing the fair maiden with the Kingman game. She's exploring dangerous new worlds with Zackman. And with the Alien Chase game, he can do space battle with an opponent or by himself. There are more gifts if anyone's bored.
I was!
Fascinating electronic games from $7.95 to $59.95, only at Radio Shack.
Merry Christmas, Merry Merry Christmas from your Kmart Christmas store. Save on bowling balls and skirts, sweaters, rods and wheels and shirts.
Cameras, TVs, bikes and plants, handbags, bath oil, slippers, pants, mirrors, perfume, gowns and socks, toasters, roasters, robes and clocks, candy, records, film and toys at Santaland for girls and boys. Christmas spotlight every face, that's Kmart's Christmas saving place.
I feel like those are the ones that really, really stick with me. And I would watch those commercials to see like what they were offering. I mean, of course, I'm just going to throw this out there because go figure. Anybody that knows me or watches this channel, you're going to know that the toy commercials are the ones that really got to me. All those Toys R Us commercials. There's the one that I still say is It's probably in my top 5 favorite commercials of all time, never mind holiday commercials, but it's that classic Toys R Us one with the jingle from the late 70s.
Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. The world's biggest toy stores, Toys R Us, the biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's the Toys R Us time of year. Toys R Us.
That one, anytime that would come on, when I was a little kid, that would just automatically bring me into it. It was like that song would just be playing through my head for the next 30 days until Christmas came, and then probably even after that, because I loved Toys R Us. It was one of my favorite places on earth, and that whole vibe of it was so important to me. And of course, Sears. I mean, I loved Sears as a kid. I still do.
Opening now at Sears, a Christmas of red ribbon values, including Sears' best-selling video game, Video Arcade. On sale now for only $134.99, our lowest price ever. And don't miss the full assortment of game cartridges available at everyday low prices. Or try your hand at Sears' wide selection of 1- and 2-player handheld sports games. Our everyday low price is $12 to $13 lower than last Christmas. To wrap up a beautiful Christmas, you can count on Sears.
You know, they always had great ones. You've got the Sears wish
I
book over
do.
there.
The wish books are the best.
Yeah, I mean,
waiting for these to come out. I haven't seen that commercial, and their new book is out. Make sure you get it. And they used to be like double, triple this size when we were kids.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
This was exciting.
Right, and that was the great thing about those commercials, because you would see the Sears commercial, or, you know, the JCPenney one. This one's from 1986. That's from 1988.
Yep.
And I'd watch those commercials, and they would advertise stuff, and I'd be like, oh, wow, you know, I didn't know that G.I. Joe train set or whatever it was existed. So then I would go and I would get the wish book, and I would look to see if it was in there, and sure enough, there it was. So that would get circled, because that's what you did. This was before you could save things to your Amazon cart. You would circle in the wish book. And
put your little initials next to it so your brother didn't steal it.
And if there was something you really wanted, it got a little star.
Yep.
So that was, and a lot of that was connected to these commercials, because I would often see commercials for things, you know, and then they would advertise stuff like maybe there'd be like new Atari games or something like that coming out. And again, I would go and I would look in the catalog to see if it was available, because most of my Christmas gifts, I think when I was a kid, I talked about this in the past, but a lot of it came from the wish books. That was how I probably wound up getting, I bet, 80% of my gifts, because I know my grandparents both got it through the wish books, and I know my parents did a lot of times. So, you know, and I'm sure Santa used it too. I mean, why wouldn't he? Why
right? It's so handy.
Exactly. You know, that's he's got
Smart
elves.
Santa.
He's got elves to mark it down and, you know, put the orders in. But so, yeah, those commercials like that really, those are the ones that I think even now, if I go back and I watch a Toys R Us one or a Sears one, especially certain ones from my childhood, yeah, those really get me going.
Sears Wish Book is finally here. Little ones can lose themselves in a world filled with holiday magic and make-believe, while you need never leave home to make dreams come true. We'll even donate the full price of your wish book catalog to the children's wing of a hospital in your area and give you a small gift in return. Come in for yours today at Sears, where we care enough to share.
All right, so kind of keeping it on like Christmas is here.
Right.
Right? I got to say, it's getting notified like next Friday at 7 p.m. we're going to be showing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and right after that is Frosty the Snowman.
Right.
That was a big deal when we were younger. It was very exciting. It's like, oh, the specials are here. The specials are here. And then you made all your plans for the week around that time frame to make sure you were in front of that TV, because that's the only way you're going to see it.
Right.
It's not on demand. You can't just watch it whenever.
Right.
You can't watch it year round.
Right.
You didn't own it half the time by then either.
Right.
Friday.
Merry Christmas, City Slicker.
America's favorite fat cat is going home for the holidays.
Gadgets, toys, greed, avarice. I love it.
A Garfield Christmas special. And climb aboard.
Next reindeer's due any minute.
It's those sensational California raisins in the Emmy Award-winning Claymation Christmas celebration. Then, two brothers, one woman in a cross-country race to save a town in trouble.
We got a lady on board, and she is in labor.
John Schneider and Tom Wopat in Christmas Comes to Willow Creek. A full night of holiday fun Friday.
I mean, eventually, yeah, I was lucky because when I was a kid, I had a VCR from a very young age, and I had parents who were nice enough to record those things when they would come on. But I didn't have all of them. We didn't record all of them. Sometimes it just was elusive, you know. I wouldn't be able to catch it in time, or whatever would happen.
Or the tape with the road, or just go bad or something like that. And now you can't watch it anymore.
That happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Where tapes would break and such. So yeah, it was really important.
Wednesday shines with the story of a deer who saves Christmas for us all. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Next, the Crosby family recalls those magic moments that made Bing a special part of Christmas in Bing Crosby, The Christmas Years.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
With an all-star cast in a music lover's Christmas special. It all begins Wednesday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
This is CBS.
Yeah, that would really be, that does go hand in hand with the one I was just talking about with the toy store, the department store commercials, with like fully bringing you into that Christmas spirit. Because I know I'd go to school, I'd be in like second grade or something, and I'd go to school and be like, did you see what's going to be on next Friday? You know, yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, and then you'd watch it, and like the next day, everybody had watched it, so everybody's talking about it.
Yep.
It's not like, well, did you get catch up? Did you watch it last night or no? Or it's like, what do you mean you didn't get to watch it last night? It's like, no, you watched it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you didn't feel like it was really a holiday. It wasn't really Christmas time or whatever, the holidays, however you celebrate. It didn't really feel like that unless you saw those, at least one of those, maybe, you know. And of course there was, you know, to me, we've already talked about this before, you've got the Charlie Brown one. I feel like when you saw the commercial for Charlie Brown Christmas come on, it was like, we're here. Like, it's time, you know. Everybody's going to tune into this and watch this.
Friday, a holiday tradition for 21 years.
I've killed it.
It's time once again for America's favorite Charlie Brown adventure. It's an Emmy Award-winning special. It's a Charlie Brown Christmas. Then he's back, the original cool guy. And this time he's going to melt your heart. So chill out with Frosty the Snowman. Share the holiday spirit Friday on CBS.
Yeah, no, that's a really great one. I kind of miss that they don't do that, or maybe they do that. I don't watch a lot of network television anymore. I mean, CBS and NBC and all of them are around, and I know some of them do still show those programs, but I don't watch enough to see if they're still showing commercials. So let us know in the comments if you're like, oh yeah, I saw a commercial the other night when I was watching Jimmy Fallon or I was watching football or something. If they tell me that if they still show commercials like that, because if they do, that is wonderful. I'm so happy. They should still absolutely do that, because I realize that kids can have this on Blu-ray, or they can just have it on Amazon Prime or on Paramount Plus or whatever, and they can watch this anytime they want. But I do feel like there is still something to be said for saving it in that way, setting a special time. I would like to think, I don't know about this personally, but I would like to think that it would be nice if families did at least still try to replicate that and be like, next Friday night, we're going to have dinner, and then we're all going to sit down and we're going to watch The Grinch and Charlie Brown or something like that, and set a night for it. Because whether you realize it or not, I do think that it imprints in a certain way when you make it an event like that.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the commercials letting us know about that really exemplified what an event it was, because in the lives of children, man, those events were really special. So yeah, that's a really good one, and that's a good one to end on, I think, because I mean, there are lots of others. Let us know not only about any categories we might not have touched on here, because I'm sure there's
so many more to talk about.
But let us know, even in the categories we did mention, what commercials are some of your favorites. Are there fast food ones specifically that you remember, or cereal ones, or beer ones, or toy store ones? Any of those, let us know, because we all grew up, I'm sure, at different times too. So there might be some really great ones from like the 2000s that we are not thinking of, or from the 90s, or going all the way back to the 50s and 60s. I know there was some classics from back then. So please leave a comment, let us know, and maybe we'll talk more about them next time. If y'all like this, maybe we'll do a part 2 about this, because Lord knows there are so many more commercials that we could focus on. So we hope you all have a great holiday wherever you are and however you celebrate. If you celebrate, even if you don't celebrate, we hope you have a safe and warm and wonderful winter, and we will be back soon with more fun, geeky stuff. So in the meantime, take it easy, everybody.
Bye, guys.